Okay, we have with us our next guest, and our next guest is Jim Rogers. And Jim Rogers is an American businessman, investor, and author. Sorry to have kept you waiting. We have a regular annual fight every budget. Unfortunately, you continue to be a China fan. But I need to tell you, Jim, that India has moved up 14 spots in the ease of doing business rankings. We've had fantastic corporate tax cuts. The rest of the world is not going anywhere, really. It's a catastrophe. And you, despite that, and we don't have a coronavirus either, unlike China. Sorry, I don't want to be, sadistic about things like this, but I hope that you're feeling a little better about India and the budget this time. Jim.
I will say to you again, India is one of my favorite countries in the whole world. But earlier you announced this budget is going to make India an investment destination. Come on, what are you talking about? Your currency is not convertible. It's very difficult for foreigners to invest there. If I want to buy shares in India, I can, but it's not easy. What are you talking about, an investment destination? And I love India. I want to tell you again.
MR Venkatesh counters you.
No, Jim, rupee is fully convertible except on a very limited scale. I don't know what you mean by convertible.
That's MR Venkatesh.
I strongly object to your statement that the rupee is not convertible. It's fully convertible.
FPI has increased.
Any place you can bring in money and take it off. People have been doing this for decades now. I think you are stuck in 1980s, Jim.
I must be, because when I try to do it, I cannot do it. You give me your banker. I have the wrong bankers, obviously.
Probably you're still not up to date. You have to blame yourself, Jim, not the country.
I don't dispute.
See, let us be very clear. People are bringing in money. We had around $60 billion of FDI last year.
That's your problem.
That's your problem, Jim. That's your problem. Please check up what's...
Hooray for India. That is very good news, if it's accurate.
No. We don't want your hooray either. We don't want your hooray either. We will definitely try to do a professional analysis of the whole issue. Let us see what is the problem.
The problem with people like Jim, PK, is that he is a perennial and he's a perennial and professional pessimist. He's a professional pessimist.
I'm very bullish on
PK,
lots of things. I'm wildly bullish on Russia, for instance, right now. No. What do you mean a pessimist? I'm very optimistic. I'm very optimistic about North Korea.
Let me prove you professional. Let me counter you on fact. You go on sentiment, I go on fact. And I'll tell you one thing here today, PK, that you say India is getting deeper and deeper into debt. Have you even read the economic survey? I'll send you a copy right now. It shows India is able to comfortably maintain, PK, external debt at 461 billion. External debt levels remained at 20% despite a slowdown. Now that's the thing that Russia can learn from India.
Arnab, the debt is going higher. Are you saying the debt's not going higher? Even the government acknowledges the debt's going higher. I don't understand what you're saying.
No, external debt remains. Abhishek, please, PK, don't restrain yourself. This man, every year he comes on my program and he puts sentiments down. He says the biggest public fallacy is that the markets are always right. The markets are always wrong. I can assure you of that. Problem with Jim is depends on which way the markets are going.
The debt to GDP ratio is one of the best available in the emerging markets for India.
Absolutely. PK Basu is responding to you. Go on, PK. Pull.
Investor in China. China has a completely non-convertible currency.
The Indian market has been great. Don't get me wrong. Yes. It's gone up a lot. Russia was better last year. Just a correction. I may be wrong about convertibility, but I know Russia was better than India last year.
Well, Russia is a one commodity economy. It's oil. If oil prices are up, Russia does well. There's nothing more to the economy. But you look at the breadth of the Indian market. Investors in this country have done remarkably well over a long period of time. And Jim, you've just missed the bus. It's sad to say that you've missed this enormous opportunity to make money in one of the best performing emerging markets over the last 15 years.
You keep
missing the bus.
India has been a great market.
I hope you don't do it again.
Russia is not a one commodity market. Oil has been doing terrible for 5 years. Russia was the best stock market in the world last year, despite oil. But guys, don't get me wrong. I love India, and the market has been great. And you're right. I did not make money in the Indian stock market last year. I acknowledge it.
Jim, put your money where your mouth is. Put your money where your mouth is, and prove to us that you will see India as a great destination.
No.
The type of democracy that we have, the institutions that we have, the type of breadth that the markets have, I'm sure you will agree with me. Russia or China are no comparison to India.
I tell you here, Donald Trump is coming here. Donald Trump is coming to India around the 24th, 25th of February. And you know, a little bird tells me there that we are going to be finalizing a $10 billion mega trade deal this month, right? So this is a breakthrough, okay? And after India and US clashed over the tariffs last year, so India is emerging as a benefiter of the US-China trade war. These are trends you need to read. I'm surprised, actually. I'm surprised, Jim, you used to be good at reading trends once upon a time.
Okay, so I've lost it, according to you. But
that seems a long time back.
Why is the government, wait a minute, why is the Indian government raising tariffs then? I'm told that this new budget will have tariff increases. You're saying that's incorrect?
What I am telling you is that when the India and the US clashed over tariffs, we are defending our position. Which country would not defend its own interests? Would America not defend its own interests? Oh, by the way, would Russia not defend its own interests? Come on, Jim. Let's go.
Wait a minute. I'm not defending tariffs. I'm very much in favor of open markets. I'm just saying that India, the government says it's going to raise tariffs.
You need to look at the macro picture. I am saying to you, we were unaffected by the US-China trade war. Okay, our economic growth is pegging, survey says, back to 6.5. Forex reserves, please understand what we are talking about. $466,000 million